Field of 7, supposed to be 8, will now work their way off of turn 4. Green flag will fly, a mad dash 10 times around to see who will be on the front row for tomorrow evening's Big Buck 50.
It is Tosh up front as they come around, and the one of TJ Herndon, the fast qualifier, as they get together over in turn number. Here they come. Green flag in the air. We're
off
back up
of turn 4. Tosh to the inside of Philpott. Philpott jets around him by a half a car length advantage in turns 3 and 4. He stays to the high line. Tosh will slide up. No contact made as he keeps it nice and clean and green. 2 cars do make contact deeper in the field, though, as Kenny Carroll gets connected with the 18X of Blake Schmidt. They both get off the track to the infield, so even though there's damage done, we stay green as they are well off the racing service, and Heath Philpott has gotten out in front of Tosh. Tosh now will give way to TJ Herndon. Philpott loses control over in turn 2, loses a lot of ground, and how about Peyton Taylor? Started dead last on the field. Through 2 laps, completing lap number 3, he'll be your race leader.
He brings TJ Herndon with him, the fast qualifier from last night, but it is the 01 of Peyton Taylor. Taylor, starting to the back of the pack, has moved his way all the way up to the lead.
From 7th to 1st, and now Herndon slides it through turns 3 and 4. He just went in a little too hot. That bump that he took in turns 3 and 4 actually got him back righted, and now you see damage to the back of Eric Maggard's car. So Eric Maggard, a lot of smoke coming out of the rear end of that number 31 machine. Mind you, that's not Eric's car. That's Daniel Deason's car, and damage on the right side. Looks as though flames starting to shoot out, but as the side panels are all dented in, Eric Maggard will have to go to the top side in turns 1 and 2. He'll make the right-hand turn. His night is done. So we started with 8, didn't even get to the green flag. We were down to 7, and now we're down to only 4. 2 cars on the infield. 2 other cars are out. We're down to 4. This could be an enduro race.
Well, Peyton Taylor doing an incredible job up front. He is outrunning the competition. The battle now is for second between the 11 of Richie Tosh and the 5 as they come around this time. That is Heath Philpott.
So Heath Philpott leads that 3-car battle for second. Tosh back in third. TJ Herndon is now back in 4th. As Peyton Taylor has checked out from the field one more time around for PT. A half a lap advantage almost, as there's your battle, the only battle left on the tracks, with the 3 cars back running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Philpott with the advantage over Richie Tosh. Peyton Taylor, he will start on the front row tomorrow night for the Big Buck 50. Outside of him, it'll be Heath. A war of attrition during the first dash. We'll see what happens in dash number 2. Only 4 cars finished out of 8. And through turns 1 and 2, we are clean with the Buckhorn Bullet. David Hendricks out in front of Clayton Campbell back in second. But it is a 3-car battle as they are 3 wide, stacked deep through the field. Clayton Campbell edges up on Brian Worley. Worley now out of the racing surface as he gets up on the top shelf. And Tony England will take advantage. Now here comes Toby Ott. Ott around Worley. He looks to the inside of England as a spinner in the back of the pack. And that's the 327 of Dale Richardson as he parks it up on the top shelf over between turns for the back of the pack.
Green flag in the air one more time. It is going to be the Buckhorn Bullet, the 54 of David Hendricks, your leader.
And Toby Ott tucks back into second. He gets around Clayton Campbell. Campbell was battling for the lead, looking to the inside of Hendricks for that top spot. And now all of a sudden he's back in third as Toby Ott looks to the inside of David Hendricks. There's 2 cars that have done some battle over the last 5 years.
You can also throw that 30 of Clayton Campbell in there too.
Toby Ott, the track champion in 17 and 19. Hendricks was sandwiched in between those two titles for Toby Ott, as the Buckhorn Bullet won nearly every race, it seemed like, back in 2018. Now Richardson looks to the inside of Campbell for third. There's your top two cars with Hendricks off of turn 4, leading Toby Ott by a good 3-car length advantage. Then it's another 8 back to Clayton Campbell and Dale Richardson. Here comes James Flood. What a job he did getting through the field, starting back in 5th in his heat. Got all the way up to 2nd. Flood looks to the inside as Richardson kind of plows the soil over in turns 3 and 4, goes up high on the track, and he'll lose some ground. Now Toby Ott to the inside of Hendricks. What a power move by the 27 Ott.
Toby Ott, the 27 from right here in Wheatland, Missouri, takes the lead away from the Buckhorn Bullet. Waynesville, Missouri's 54, David Hendricks.
7 down, 3 to go. Working lap number 8. Flood to the inside of Clayton Campbell. The two black cars, a battle for third as Flood noses out in front. He got a little bit of that right side damage bent back out that he suffered during that heat race. With 2 to go, it makes his car look a little bit more presentable, but he's still just as fast as he's worked up to third. Toby Ott, the Wheatland native, has 2 cars in the field. He picked the right one to drive tonight, as he will grab the white flag one more time around. Has David Hendricks almost a full second behind him. Fastest lap that time around goes to James Flood back in third. Flood's going to make a run to try to catch up with the Bullet, but no one's going to be faster in B- as Toby Ott. Flood would look to the inside, but Hendricks 3 and 4. Matt Becker in a very unfamiliar spot, as he has very rarely been towards the front of the field, but Becker will lead him to the stripe. The Rich Fountain, Missouri native has John Melloway on his outside, and a spin over in turn 1, and we're all of a sudden back under cover. You see your regular points running early on in the year, and then in October they all come out for extra money and extra accolades, and Matt Becker's been one driver that really hasn't gotten much of either this year. He only has on the season 1 top 5. That was a 4th place finish, and he'll be overtaken for the lead by John Melloway in the 74. Melloway out of Hallsville, Missouri, now has a battle with Becker as Becker comes right back to the inside. 2 drivers that haven't seen many laps. John was the 2015 ULMA champ and has over 30 feature wins to his credit. As the green will come back out again, and Johnny Finnewald, after starting back in row 2 with 2 regulars, Finnewald and Cornell, up to 2nd and 3rd, and Melloway is going to be under fire in no time. Melloway, who had a pretty good advantage over those top 2 cars in Cornell and Finnewald, as Cornell takes a wild ride over in turn 2. And again, here comes Larry Jones and Melloway. Lots of smoke in the 74 as his engine looks as though it's expired. Finnewald got caught behind him, and that let the 99 of Larry chooses to go high side. He will have Cole Henson back behind him as the green flag back underway. We've ran 3 laps so far, 22 remain, and Cornell, he chose the outside. It didn't work for him as he gets a little too high. He takes Todd Shute with him, and he'll take the 15. Pick up row 2. You see 4 track championships back on row 2. And as the green comes out, Cole Henson, the 2020 champ, has the 3-time champion Finnewald lose some ground, and here comes Chad Richwine, the Lee Summit, Missouri native, in the number 42, works the bottom line. He's really the only driver that stays low on the track through turns 3 and 4. Everybody else went a little bit higher, and then they'll all take different routes around turns 1 and 2. Finnewald by 3-car lengths over Richwine. Cole Henson bobbled a little bit, gave way to Larry Jones as Jones has worked out to a 7/10 of a second advantage. And everybody right now having a tough time navigating the track, especially in turns 1 and 2, as Finnewald goes high and Richwine will grab the spot away, take home 3rd after lap number 6. And now Finnewald goes even higher and that's going to allow the 12 machine to get around in Justin Russell. Russell out of Henley, Missouri. He won the track championship at the Lake this year. He won the track championship here at Lucas Oil Speedway back in 2015. Jones starting to put cars a lap down now. As our driver to watch, we watch him go to the pits right now. Todd Schutz's night comes to an early end, as now Larry Jones will work around the 14C of Jerry Croney, put Croney a lap down. And Jones's lead now out to a full second over Cole Henson. Cole Henson can still see him through the windshield. That's the good news for the track champion out of Russellville, Missouri, who had 3 second-place finishes. He had 1 win last year, and it came during this same weekend back in 2019. And with those cooler temperatures, these cars have found a lot more speed than what they did early in the evening. They're now running in the 16-second range as the green flag will come out again, and we've got a 3-car battle as Chad Richwine. Before the caution came out, he turned the fastest lap so far as 16.043. Now he'll contend with Cole Henson, and he'll grab the second spot away. But so far, no one has been able to have any type of answer for Larry Jones, who has led after starting back inside row number 2. Here comes Justin Russell in the 12J. Cole Henson was up at second. He dropped to third. Now he'll drop to fourth as Russell, who has 3 wins this year at the Lake, will take that spot away. He's looking at a podium finish in that victory chassis by Moyer. Billy Moyer Enterprises, one of the sponsors on that 12J ride. And now that he has gotten past Cole Henson, he has started to gap him a little bit. He's now gotten out a half a second in front of the 31. Then you see all the real estate that goes back to Johnny Finnewald, and we're not really used to seeing Johnny Finnewald drop back through the field as much as he has so far tonight, as he is now back to 5th. And Johnny Finnewald, number 21, a 3-time champ, now has his hands full with the 51 of Larry Ferris. But no one's got anything for the 99 tonight. Larry Jones just continues to click off lap after lap after lap. Larry Jones is the uncle to Chase Jones, who runs a modified here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Again, Chad Richwine turned that 16.043 fastest lap we've had. Larry Jones has been in the 16.3, 16.4 range. As Richwine taking those faster laps and starting to catch up with the 99, the question is, does he have enough laps to do it? It's down to a 0.9 second advantage for Jones over Richwine, as Ashley Lancaster will get out of the racing groove, go a lap down, and that gap just continues to get smaller and smaller. This time around, there's 6 laps remaining. The gap gets smaller again, down to 0.6, so Richwine able to shave off 0.3 of a second. Matt Becker, who started on the point, now will go a lap down. He will go middle groove and give way to Jones and Richwine. He'll get the move over flag from Mike Striegel. Richwine's giving it everything he's got. Chad Richwine still looking for his first win in a long time. He ran modifieds for years, and now an incident over on the front stretch as Chad Richwine hit the tire, and now the 42, all crumpled up, who was giving it a great run, he will try to just get enough energy to get back to the pits. And that will pretty much seal the deal for Larry Jones, as that gap was getting smaller and smaller, and now Justin Russell takes over second as Richwine goes out, and it is a 3. Can he hang on for 3 laps? As he has Justin Russell behind him, and a great start With 3 laps to go for Larry Jones. Gets out to a nice cushion, but can Justin Russell will him in? 3 wins on the season for Justin Russell. And with 2 to go, the laps are going to start to dwindle down if Russell wants to do anything with Larry Jones. There you see Larry Ferris working to the inside of Johnny Finnewald. That's for 4th and 5th. Dalton Nimhoff in the 69 will come up, and he'll take a spot away as you see a tire up there on the 69 with 1 to go. Larry Jones comes into tonight with no top 5s on the season, but he will win running away from the field.